Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today, a rock. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than normal, but I do want to talk to you guys about this Royal Enfield. So come along for the ride. Hey, before we go any further, I'm going to ask you to consider hitting that subscribe button just below here. It really helps me out as I'm trying to grow this channel. I really appreciate everybody who has come along so far as we continue this journey on the internet. I'm headed to the Triumph dealership. Well, there's two, but I'm headed to the OG Triumph dealership, Tampa Triumph. You might be like, yo, Mike, what are you doing? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about that. So, like most of you, I get marketing emails all the time from the manufacturers, whether I've signed up for something in the past or I'm genuinely interested in hearing more about them, whatever. Sometime last week, I got an email from Tampa Triumph. It said, by invite only, a demo event. If you're interested, email back. We'll have some bikes gassed up and ready to ride. But it was from the sales manager, and I recognized it immediately as an attempt for a sales appointment, but it was really clever. That's probably, in my opinion, the most clever sales and marketing email I've ever gotten, if I'm being honest. Because of how clever it was, I decided, you know what, I'm going to email back. So I emailed the guy back, and I said, hey man, I'm pretty sure this was a sales attempt, but I admire it. I told him, I don't think I'm ready to buy anything, but I am interested in coming down and doing this, quote, demo event. He said, yeah, let me know what kind of bikes you want to ride. I told him I intended to record. He never mentioned one way or the other if that was going to be okay or not. So I'm going to assume, since he didn't say anything, it's okay. So we made the appointment for today at 11, so I'm heading down there. I mean, he wasn't like really enthusiastic in the email. I don't know if he was like, oh, you caught on, fuck you, or what, but here we go. So what's wrong with the Royal Enfield? I regret everything I've done to it. I even regret buying it. Well, I regret buying it to a degree. Now, before you get your gasoline and pitchforks out, just hear me out for a second. I had been thinking about the Royal Enfield for like 2 years. The 2 weeks leading up to when I actually pulled the trigger and bought it, I was all over the internet looking at customization ideas because I wanted my next bike to be something that I could really get in there and try to do something on my own for the first time, because I'd never customized a motorcycle before. And after looking at all the customs that were out there, I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is a blank canvas. And most of the really nice customs that I really liked they started as interceptors. But when I got to the dealership, there were two things. One, I saw a couple of cafe racers out there, and I thought, man, that looks really freaking cool. And there was one Continental GT 650 and one Interceptor who had black wheels already. And I thought, well, I can get one of these two, and I've already cut down on, buying wheels later because these already have black wheels. And something about this color really stood out, and I said, okay, I'll make a cafe racer. And man, I'm gonna tell you what, it would have probably been fine if I'd left the handlebars how they were. And I know a lot of you might say, well, just go back to the stock handlebars, but I don't like the look of them, but I'm just really not comfortable on this motorcycle like this. So I've got some options on what I'm thinking about doing with the Royal Enfield. I really don't know. And I put the question out to Patreon first. They're always going to get first look at any opinions that are out there. I like getting feedback from the community in general because you guys make the channel. I mean, I make the video, but you guys make the channel. But then I'll put the question out there. I've got a couple of things I can do. But we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. For now, we're going to test ride a couple of these Triumphs. I'm excited, kind of nervous. Look at that nice bobber. So I immediately feel more distinguished, more cultured, more refined as a man. Look at these bikes, man.
seat is really strange. I think he's gonna wait till we have a bigger gap. So I'm gonna ride this bike and I'm gonna ride that bike. It looks like we're going like a 5-mile round trip. I had to find the gear. Holy crap. Hope I'm able to open it up a little bit. Interesting feel. So I can feel the back of the seat pressing up against my ass. And I am still a little bit forward, but obviously nowhere near as forward as the Royal Enfield. Man. Oh man. They don't know me, so I don't get to do it. Oh shit. Very firm suspension. So I don't get to do a solo demo. That's all right. This is my first time on a Triumph. There you go, buddy. Oh man, this thing's got some nuts, brother. Woo! Hell yeah, man, this guy was on it. Fucking love it. 35 my ass. Oh, this thing will get me in trouble, man. Holy shit, dude. Hell yeah. I'm having to look for the pegs and the gear shift. One thing I don't like is that the shift linkage. I can actually feel that up against my foot, so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. I mean, it's something I could get used to, of course, but on a first impression, it's like, why is this right here up on my ass? Oh man, this thing's got a lot of balls. We're going to talk more about the Royal Enfield here in a little bit. That's the whole theme of this video, but for now, we're just going to enjoy these Triumphs. This thing has some get up and go, brother. What's that TikTok? It's like it's got 3 speeds. Stop. I don't know. It's fast. I love it. It looks like these are maybe a little bit more forward than that one. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. They're definitely a lot more forward than the peg position on the Continental GT. I think we're doing some kind of U-turn up here and then trading bikes. This is a fun motorcycle, man. Holy shit. I'm not 100% a fan of the seating position. It's more comfortable than my Royal Enfield for sure, but all right, I guess we're trading bikes. Dude, hell yeah.
Hey, there it is. So we go down and I'll pull off again.
Okay.
Recording?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, man.
Sweet.
This is content.
Hell yeah.
All right, T120, boys and girls. Oh.
I'm in rain mode.
Oh, I had it in rain mode?
Yeah. Yeah. So, M is for mode, and you're in, yeah. So you're good to go there.
What? Well, what is it?
Press it.
Oh, okay, okay. Rain and road.
Got it, yeah.
Okay, so I was crippling myself. Okay, so this one, man. So I already like the bars better, the way it feels on my shoulders, and the throttle response is a lot lighter. This one, I don't have to hardly touch it at all and wants to go, baby. This is a bike that, when you look at these Bonnevilles, you're like, it's a Bonneville, it's an old man's bike. Oh, shit. I had that bike in rain mode. Look at this, look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is great. I'm making a terrible motorcycle reviewer because I just get on and have a ball, man. I'm not going to tell you anything bad about this. This is a fun. Woo! Oh, the brakes are... Dude. Okay. Brakes will get your attention, buddy. Okay, so I do think the Bonneville's kind of ugly. I really do. But in terms of comfort and shit and get, yes, sir. The seat feels a lot better on my big ass. Oh, what are we doing? The handlebars are in a better position. The throttle response is a little bit better. That one's really tight. Okay, we're going joyriding. Hell yeah, dude. Wow, I like the sound of it. I mean, obviously it's subdued by the exhaust on here, but you can hear that nice low rumbling thump. Such a smooth, balanced engine. Now, to be fair, the Royal Enfield 650 is also very smooth. You know what's crazy about this Bonneville? It's got those same bullshit tires. The Pirelli Phantoms. This sucks, man. I like riding with this guy, man. He wants to get on it. I can appreciate you, dude. His name's Chad. Oh man, this is fantastic. If I bought one of these motorcycles, which probably not, I've already got a little bit of a payment on the Royal Enfield, but I'd have to get rid of these mirrors. I don't know why they put these Mickey Mouse. Oh, it's an old man bike, that's why. That one I'd probably turn them upside down a little bit, but I'm nowhere near as cramped. Like I was saying, I was getting a cramp in my leg right below my hip on the bobber. This one I'm not. I don't know. The controls feel a little bit further away from my body. Oh, here we go. We got a little bit of openness. That's a big bump. Oh, hey! I do feel a lot taller on this motorcycle than the bobber, but I still feel like it's a much more solid motorcycle in general. So while I do feel a little top heavy on this one compared to the bobber, it feels a lot more weighted to the ground. I mean, I guess realistically, coming off of a 650, any higher displacement is just going to feel like beast, but nimble little motorcycle. Woo! Give me some of that, baby. Our dreams and souls were crushed simultaneously by the light of Hamilton Avenue. Dude, these are peppy.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Alright, so looks a lot cooler.
No sex.
Way more comfortable. It's the bar height, and these controls are a little bit lower, like further away from the hip.
Yep.
Like if I put different risers on that to bring it back.
What about 8-fingers? Not 8-fingers.
Do you really?
When you tell me wheel in.
I'm just gonna sit on it. Yeah. Look at this. This would solve the problems right here. Dude. Yeah. Is this brand new or is this one used one too? This came from factory like this, or you guys put them on here?
No, so we're actually waiting on white walls for this as well, but if you don't want them, you don't have to have them.
Yeah, man.
3 hours later.
Man, what a fun experience. But I'm a sucker, man. I fall in love too easy. Oh boy, yep, I had him run numbers just in case. The problem was he had like 3 other buyers. It's a very small dealership. He had 3 other buyers. It took a long time. And after like an hour and a half, I'm like, well, it's clearly going to be a long time, but I've already been here this long, so now I'm just kind of committed. But anyway, so we got a deal put together, but I'm not committing to anything. Obviously, I mean, I'd be financing. I don't have the kind of money to be dropping on a bike, but man, I love it. Those 1200s are a whole lot of fun. I mean, when you push the throttle on that son of a bitch, holy man, that was so much fun, and the way it looks is so cool. The seating positions is infinitely more comfortable. Now, I know I did this to myself, this riding position. I did it to myself. Totally my bad. Jumping up in a monthly payment amount is a commitment that I don't want to make without giving it some thought. I used to be the kind of guy, I'd go into a dealership and I'd make a decision that day if something excited me, but you know, as I've gotten older, I don't need to make that decision today. I mean, obviously, that bobber that I rode is a 2022, but it's used. It had 290 miles on it. The first owner, you know, he paid all the new bike fees and freight charges and whatnot. So, you know, that's where the deal really comes into play. Because if I had to buy that brand new one, it'd be about $1,000 more. I'd have to pay freight and whatever the other fees are that come with a new bike. So obviously there's a little bit of a time pressure. And, you know, if I sell the bike by Tuesday, because they're closed tomorrow, Monday, then, you know, I miss out on the deal. But, well, if that's the case, then it just wasn't meant to be, right? Beautiful bike. Loved it. Loved just about everything about it. The things I didn't like about it, I know 100% that it wouldn't take much to change them. One, like I mentioned, is the handlebar position. I'd probably have to get new cables, but if I could just get risers to bring those up and back just a hair, it'd be perfect. Enough about that part of it. So what I was saying before I pulled in is I asked Patreon, you know, the question. I'm really torn on what to do, and I'm recapping here a little bit. And for me, it's been several hours. For you, it's only been a minute or two. But all the modified Royal Enfields that I saw that I fell in love with started as Interceptors. But I bought this bike anyway. For a little while, I was, you know, enamored with the idea of a cafe racer, without taking into consideration that I've never even owned a sport bike. I've never owned a bike where I had to lean forward and ride, and it's not what I imagined. You know what I mean? So, do I hate my Royal Enfield? Absolutely not. I love this motorcycle, man. I was just talking to a guy in India the other day, telling him how I'd love to take a ride or take a trip over to India and ride Royal Enfields over there. Anyway, I love the motorcycles. I really do. I think for $650, these things are phenomenal. Great value.
Well, today is Tuesday. It's a day I promised to make a decision. Judging by both my background and probably the thumbnail that I make, it'll be pretty easy to determine what that decision was. It actually wasn't an easy decision. The bike is definitively more fun to ride, more comfortable to ride than the Bollywood Bruiser. But to be honest with you, I am gonna miss the little guy. I don't feel bad about this deal. I sat on it for a few days. Like I said, I think I was even more excited about it this morning than I was on Saturday when I left. So I knew it was the right thing to do. Thankfully, the sales manager up here, Don, really worked with me, got me a good deal on this thing, one that I really couldn't pass up. I'll explain more of the details on this in a little bit, but for now, let's go in and check out the bike. So a little different video for me. We're gonna close this one out here, but I wanted to address a couple things. To my viewers who came along for the ride when I was making mostly Royal Enfield content, for all the folks out there who have commented on my videos, on my Royal Enfield videos, and on my Instagram page, all the thank yous I've received for doing, you know, the in-detailed mods, you know, in the videos, and all the folks telling me that this is their dream bike. That stuff means a whole lot to me, and I don't dislike Royal Enfield. I actually felt kind of bad trading it in because I did actually really enjoy the motorcycle. It was my first experience with a parallel twin of any variety, but the bobber just it suits me a little better, I think, and I'm not gonna lie, that 1200 motor is fucking fun. So I hope you stick around. If not, I completely understand. Maybe I'll get some different viewers, but I do love all of my Royal Enfield viewers, especially my Indian viewers. It's been so nice to connect with you guys from that part of the world, people I've never really interacted with before I started making that content, before I got into the Royal Enfield culture. And I will one day have another Royal Enfield motorcycle. It may not be for a few years, but I will have one again. I love the motorcycles. I think they're built fantastic. I think they ride great. But this was just a good deal. I won't go into details, but I got a really good deal on this specific motorcycle. I had a lot of fun on it, so I pulled the trigger. But anyway, as always, I appreciate everyone coming along for this video. I know that little message there was for a specific audience, but I appreciate everybody coming along as always. And until next time, we'll see you later.